Terrans, do not bleed for Xenos. It's a simple truth known far and wide within the galaxy, and one few bothered to question. The primitive species had established itself as a new power in relatively recent times, but preferred to keep out of the affairs of the wider galaxy. It was difficult to understand at first, with theories ranging from a widespread bunker complex to their leaders being subject to the whims and wishes of their subjects. Whatever the case, it became an ingrained truth of the diplomatic world that, should you find yourself in war, don't bother turning to the Terrans, for they will not send meaningful aid. Diplomatic and economic sanctions, sure. War material, for a price. But troops? No. Terrans do not bleed for Xenos. It suited us well. We had the honour of being their species' first contact, and their isolationist and neutral policies have allowed us to keep friendly relations ever since without issue. In return, they have proven to be valuable trading partners, diplomatic allies, and dear friends. But then, war came to our doorstep. The Durandans had been on a campaign of war and conquest, and we were next on their list of targets to annex. What could we do? Compared to Durandan, we were small, weak, and even our most optimistic predictions guaranteed defeat, and the death of billions. But the ultimatum came, and the rotation we were given to decide was the longest in our history. We were set to surrender, until word came from a Terran diplomat housed at a local embassy. Terra would guarantee our independence. Shock ravaged our system. We had not asked for assistance, nor did we expect it, yet here it was promised. Perhaps they knew that they were next after us. Still, doubt gripped our thoughts, for how could we be sure this was no more than a paper shield, a bluff by Terra to save face on the galactic stage? After all, Terrans do not bleed for Xenos. If nothing else, the announcement gave Durandan pause for thought, and gave us time to reconvene and consider our options. Terran assistance would give us a chance. Enough perhaps to fight the Durandans to a standstill and sue for a white peace. Was it hope for our people, or only that of a fool? The new deadline ended. An answer was demanded. We gazed at Durandan at our front. We looked at Terra at our back. Only one answer could be given. No. As threatened, Durandan declared war upon us, and as promised, Terra declared war upon Durandan. When news broke that the Terrans had kept their word, we were filled with the determination of heroes of old. But Terra is a slow Leviathan, and it needed time to mobilize. The early stages of the war were hard on our people. Our cities ruined, our planets ravaged, and our people killed. We fought alone all the same, hoping the Terra would soon arrive. And they did. Thousands first. Token expeditionary forces to prove their commitment and to boost our morale. They weren't nearly enough to turn the tide, but they breathed them hard there on Terra, and every one of them fought with the strength and ferocity of 10 Durandans. And for the first time ever, Terrans bled for Xenos. The more of our territories fell, the more Terrans joined the fight. Soon enough, no more worlds fell before the Durandan march. No more cities were taken. Not 1 inch more was given. It was now our turn. Together with Terra, we struck back at the Durandan forces, rooting them out from our territories with the ferocity and swiftness of ancient gods of war. Terrans gave us ships, and we took back our worlds. We charged enemy lines, and Terrans charged with us. We shielded Terra from Durandan, and Terra gave us vengeance in return. In the fires of war, we were forged into one, and together we taught Durandan fear. By the time the war had ended, we had reclaimed all we had lost, and more before forcing Durandan to sign a peace in our terms. If our friendship with Terra was strong before, it is vowed in perpetuity now, and the galaxy has learned the hard truth. Terrans do not bleed for Xenos, but they will die for brothers.